I'm fairly fortunate that I've never really received any discouraging feedback. But in terms of unhelpful feedback, I think, and almost at the risk of sounding ungrateful, often you'll get this case of when you get a positive comment on an essay, there's often not always the same kind of explanation of why that comment was given as there is for a negative comment. So for example, I'll have occasions in essays where a sentence or a turn of phrase has been annotated with good or nice, and there isn't always a kind of explanation of why that's good or why that's nice. And whilst obviously it's nice for it to know that it's good, it's also important to know what did I do right that I need to start repeating, essentially. Often, sometimes you can work it out, and you should probably know what you did was good, but sometimes there's occasions when you don't, and it's helpful to just have that kind of illustrated for you in the comment.
I had an essay that I did where I'd chosen the lecturer's specific area of interest just because it happened to be the question I wanted to answer, and I got a couple of things wrong, and the feedback was it felt really personal. It felt like an attack on me, and it was questioning my ability to do that piece of work, and it was really overwhelmingly negative, and it was written in a way that wasn't constructive. And then when I went to the exam, there was a really similar question, and I wasn't going to do the same, something on the same topic, but I remember thinking to myself, I don't have any feedback from the last piece of work that can teach me how to do better, which I think should always be the goal, to ensure that feedback is then transferable and is constructive and helpful, because there's no point sitting there telling someone that they've done badly if you're not then telling them how to do better. I think that's the purpose of teaching, and I think just focusing on that.
Feedback that's discouraging most is when you can tell they've got 30 pieces of work to mark, and where you can tell they've looked at the mark scheme and thought, he's hit this, this, this and this, gave a mark based off it, then wrote down things based specifically off the mark scheme. That's what's most discouraging in my opinion, because you've done a piece of work, you get the grade. I mean, you could probably tell the lecturers yourself specifically afterwards what parts of the grade scheme you get. You may as well do it yourself at that point if there's no specialist feedback that only a staff member could give.
There is one feedback which I received from one of my markers last year, which included in a comment that was very unclear to me. For example, she said that the theory doesn't match, or I didn't apply the theory correctly, but she didn't say anything more about it. So it was very vague, and I couldn't understand why.
I think feedback that's either short or general in terms of the final rubric, I find that difficult to kind of extrapolate either what's good or bad. So some feedback I've had has been like, this essay would benefit from greater analysis, and that's been on essays where I thought I was analysing quite well. So I think if there's those sorts of comments, they're great, but if there's just quite a specific list of how to basically what needs to be analysed further or what needs to be taken further in the essays, that's usually helpful.
I feel like if the feedback is really short, it's like a simple comment, or this thing needs to be more clear, or I think here you need more examples, because I'm not really sure what kind of example you want me to put it on, or how to make it clear. If it just give me just one sentence, asks me to do something, but not point why I need to do that, I will find it's not really helpful for me to get improvement.